I'm very much on the fence with how I feel about The Ugly Truth. Netflix kept recommending this to me, so in the end I thought, well, I do like comedies. Let's give it a go and see what it's like. I really like Gerard Butler and Katherine Heigl, so there are a lot of things in this that could work for me. Having watched it, I feel like it's a pretty average rom-com. And that in itself is not necessarily a bad thing, because being average means that it is decent. But for some reason, I had just expected it to be brilliant, mainly because Netflix kept pushing it on me. So maybe my own expectations were a bit too high. But as a rule, I enjoyed it. Don't think it was the best rom-com I've ever seen, but if you're a fan of this kind of film, it's worth watching. This was released in 2009, and it's directed by Robert Luketic, and this is about a television producer, Abby, played by Katherine Heigl, who is not very happy when somebody comes on board to take over one of the show's segments. The show's segment is called The Ugly Truth. And this individual called Mike takes over, played by Gerard Butler, and he has an attitude that's a little bit misogynistic. And his attitudes definitely do not line up with Abby's, and there's straight away a conflict of interest. But is there any romantic tension between them? There is also a potential love interest for Abby with her neighbour. So it's never really clear what direction this is going to take with regards to the romantic aspect of it. And I'm not going to divulge, of course, which way it goes. With regards to the comedy, I think it's one of those films where, for me at least, I have to be in the right mood for it. You know, there are some comedies that will just tickle you regardless of how you feel. And then there are the comedies where they're not that sharp and you need to be in a good mood. And I think I was in a good mood when I watched it, so it was effective enough, but I didn't think it was hilariously funny. I don't think I ever laughed out loud. But it was not unfunny. It's not like the comedic timing missed the mark or the comedy just fell flat. It was quite entertaining, but it wasn't, again, this hilarious rom-com that for some reason I thought it would be. With regards to its reception, it's got 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb, which is a very good rating. It has a Metascore of 28. So I guess it comes down to who you ask and what they expect. If you're looking for a fun, easy watch that is a little bit entertaining, and if you're a fan of rom-coms, The Ugly Truth is one to go for. If you're not a fan of rom-coms, or if you are looking for something that breaks the mold, that's exceptionally funny and very witty and very well written, you might be a little bit disappointed. So as long as you're in the mood for an easy watch that doesn't require too much effort on your part or doesn't require too much concentration, The Ugly Truth is a decent enough one to go with, but it's not going to be for everybody.